They call it Hotlanta. We are live tonight from a Capacity State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, where Thursday Night SmackDown is set to take center stage. And here tonight, two Georgia natives are set to go one-on-one in your main event. It is the SmackDown return of the phenomenal AJ Styles, the former WWE Champion, drafted from Raw to SmackDown in the draft last week. Tonight, he locks horns with the former World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Two all-stars in this industry set to clash in what should be one unprecedented main event here tonight on SmackDown. And also later tonight, live from State Farm Arena, the United States Championship will be on the line as the megastar, LA Knight, will defend the red, white, blue, and gold against this man, Atlanta's own Austin Theory. And if the reception tells you anything, I don't care if we're in Atlanta, if we're still on our Florida trip from last week, hell, we could be back in WrestleMania in Philadelphia. I don't think there's any crowd across the globe that likes to endear themselves to this young man. He's young, he's brash, he's cocky, he's arrogant. And I don't think he's seeking the approval of anybody, no matter if we're in Atlanta or not. He's come to this city tonight to capture the United States Championship after a huge tag team victory 7 nights ago, right here on SmackDown. Oh, well, hold on a second. Well, this is an LA Knight, and it's certainly not an Atlanta native. El Idolo, Andrade, making his way to the ring, but what business does Andrade have with Austin Theory and LA Knight and the entire United States Championship picture here on SmackDown? Obviously, El Idolo has got something to say to the United States Champion's #1 contender. Oh, Austin Theory, as brash as usual, brushing off the challenge from El Idolo. Well, Andrade trying to throw his name into the United States Championship conversation, but later tonight we're going to find out who is the rightful holder of the hardware. ATL's own Austin Theory will challenge the megastar. LA Knight, the United States Championship is on the line tonight. Well, it is going to be a busy night of action, as it seemingly always is. We fight on Thursday nights. Unfortunately, we got to kick things off with this egotistical prick. The Judgment Day's Cruiserweight Champion. And the Judgment Day has certainly already made a difference here on Thursday Night SmackDown.
scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Dominik Mysterio.
Well, as much as it pains us deep down in our souls, we got to give the devil his due. Dominik Mysterio winning the Cruiserweight Championship last month at WrestleMania, retaining it on the first SmackDown of the year against the LWO's Dragon Lee. But an ambush after the matchup set afoot one of SmackDown's newest superstars, the young OG Javon Evans, who's ready for his in-ring debut. Well, we saw this young man not only blossom on the scene in NXT, but also make waves last fall in the 2024 Cruiserweight Classic Tournament. But now the young OG calls Thursday Night SmackDown his home. And mission number one, take down Dirty Dominik Mysterio and earn himself a future Cruiserweight Championship of the World opportunity.
And his opponent from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds, Javon.
Well, this SmackDown audience already got a peek at what Javon Evans is capable of 2 weeks ago here on SmackDown, when that man came to the aid of Dragon Lee. Certainly was the last superstar that Dominik Mysterio was expecting to burst through the curtain out of the locker room and take Dominik Mysterio out. Oh, well, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it on your screen, and there it is again. The Irish Ace, JD McDonough, has made his way down the ringside through the audience here and is accompanying Dominik Mysterio in this contest. We're going to have to keep our eye on JD. Certainly was a X factor in allowing Finn Balor to get that victory over Jey Uso last Thursday night here on SmackDown. But right now, the eyes of the world are on the young OG Javon Evans. This is a non-title matchup, of course. Javon Evans making his in-ring debut here on SmackDown. But a victory over Dirty Dom tonight on the Judgment Day could easily put Evans in line for a future championship opportunity. Dominik and certainly JD McDonough at ringside, I am sure, going to do all they can to make sure that is not the case, but Evans giving this matchup hell in the opening moments. On Evans went up against Wesley, went up against Akira Tozawa as well in the Cruiserweight Classic Tournament last year. Certainly made some waves up in Manhattan, New York in the Hammerstein Ballroom. I think everybody was reminded on those occasions that Javon Evans was going to be a problem when he eventually made it to the main roster. And here he is. Dominik Mysterio has got no answer. There's been one-way traffic since the opening bell, but the Cruiserweight Champion, like him or not, ever resilient. Like a cockroach that's able to survive the apocalypse, there's Dominik Mysterio continuing to persevere. Oh, wow, out of the corner himself with a tornado DDT. Javon Evans spiked right on his crown. Mysterio trying to get this matchup done in a hurry. Obviously, Dom hasn't done enough homework on Javon Evans, or he would have knew it's going to take a hell of a lot more to keep that young man down. 20 years old, only a couple of years in this industry, already a DPW champion during his time with the Independents. Certainly a man who made waves down in NXT as well. Dominik Mysterio was a rope break anyway, but referee Charles Robinson fixing up that buckle that was exposed by JD McDonough. JD McDonough seemingly joining the ranks, of the Judgment Day. After what Finn Balor said a couple of weeks ago on Raw before he was drafted to SmackDown, himself and Dom looking to reshape the foundation of the black and purple unit, and it looks like JD McDonough certainly taking spot number one in that. Javon Evans off that heel kick. Dominik's got to be seeing stars. Oh, man, if he wasn't already, he certainly is now. Drop kick out of the corner. Evans hustling up to the pinfall. Mysterio still in this matchup. The young OG is looking sharp. Dominik showing a couple of glimmers in this matchup, but it has been all Javon Evans since the bell sounded here in the ATL. Dominik Mysterio now hoisted on top. Evans Gonna meet him up there. This man is certainly bouncy. Atlanta on their feet. Only a 1 count, unfortunately. State Farm Arena coming unglued for Javon Evans. A young man trying to carve his path here on SmackDown, trying to earn himself a future Cruiserweight Championship opportunity in the process. Certainly picked a fight with Dominik Mysterio a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately for Evans, it looks as if Dom and even JD McDonough is looking to finish that fight here tonight. Judgment Day already starting to be a problem here on SmackDown for Jey Uso last week. I'm sure Javon Evans would like to not get caught up in those same crosshairs. Off the halo. Now Evans into the ropes. Mysterio dialing up the cell phones for a 6-1-9. Evans looking up at the lights of State Farm Arena. And Mysterio could be going for the exclamation point. Looking for a frog splash. Nobody home. Javon Evans did his homework, read the playbook, saw that frog splash coming from a mile away. And a Mysterio sent over the top rope. I don't even know if Evans meant to send him out there, but he's gonna make the most of it. Soaring through the skies of the ATL. Javon Evans cut from a different cloth, and Dominik Mysterio is finding that out firsthand. Evans on the top rope. He sees his target. He's looking to hit it. Little Frankensteiner Hurricane Rana into the pinfall. And again, Mysterio. There has been numerous near falls in this matchup. Unfortunately, Dom able to survive, as we talked about earlier. Dominik Mysterio, voted by you, the fans, of 2024 Breakout Superstar of the Year. By the time 2025 comes to an end, Javon Evans may hold that same title. Blue Thunderbomb here on the Blue brand. Again, what is it going to take to keep down the Cruiserweight Champion? Javon Evans leaving it all in the ring tonight. And oh, well, there's JD McDonough inserting himself into this matchup just as he did last week in the Finn Balor Jey Uso main event. There's Dom from behind, taking advantage of the distraction. Well, JD McDonough, somebody who knows Finn Balor very well, seemingly joining the ranks of the Judgment Day last week, and is already being a problem for Javon Evans here on SmackDown. Mysterio has once again taken over after that Blue Thunderbomb. I'm sure he saw this matchup flash before his eyes. And now Dom heading back up. Mysterio, frog splash, second attempt delivers. Javon Evans putting up a hell of a performance, but the numbers of the Judgment Day, too much to handle. Oh, wait a minute here. JD sliding that chair to the Cruiserweight Champion. Oh, wait a minute. The former Cruiserweight Champion, Wes Lee, coming to the aid of Javon Evans. At least for a moment in time here in the ATL, the numbers even. Judgment Day fleeing the scene. WrestleMania has come and gone, but the aftershock is only beginning. The fallout from the biggest stage has sent shockwaves through the WWE, and now the first battleground of the new season awaits at Backlash. Live from the LDLC Arena in Lyon, France, championships will be defended, rivalries reignited, and scores settled in an unforgiving fashion. The future is now, and the future is coming to France. Who will rise? Who will fall? And who will seize their moment in the chaos? The road beyond WrestleMania kickstarts here at WWE Backlash. We want to take you back to 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Alexa Bliss challenging Kairi Sane for the Women's United States Championship. Bliss giving Kairi Sane hell, but in the end, Kairi able to retain the championship in her very first defense. But the celebration a little bit spoiled as we were welcomed to the return of Naomi, former WWE superstar, former women's champion herself, gracing us with her presence. Back here on SmackDown, Naomi seemingly drawing a line in the sand to Kairi Sane and the United States Championship. And after her return to WWE 2 weeks ago, now she makes her in-ring return from bell to bell. It's time to feel the glow in the ATL.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, Naomi!
Well, it has been over 2 years since Naomi competed in a WWE ring. The last time she was on a premium live event, you have to go back to January the 1st, 2023, when she was a part of the Royal Rumble event on that night. But Naomi, a former women's champion, has made her presence felt in the WWE for years. Spent some time away from this company, went to TNA Impact, went over and won the Knockouts Championship. Naomi, a presence over there, a main event star over there. Now she's looking to bring it back to the WWE and prove herself all over again. Prove herself worthy to be a champion at the highest stage. Well, there is certainly a locker room full of hungry talent. And Naomi, whether she holds a championship or not, her status in this industry certainly can be a target for a lot of the up-and-coming women in said division. Hence the reason Naomi returns to action tonight. She's set to go one-on-one with somebody who has made some waves herself over the last year on SmackDown, that being former Women's Tag Team Champion Zoe Stark. This is going to be a great matchup here on SmackDown, and I am sure the Sky Pirate herself, the Women's United States Champion Kairi Sane, has got her eyes on Naomi and Zoe Stark here tonight. Naomi ever excited, but here's somebody who always walks to the ring with one pissed-off attitude.
And her opponent, representing the Pure Fusion Collective from Las Vegas, Nevada, Zoe Stark!
Zoe Stark marches to the ring with purpose, a former women's tag team champion alongside her partner Shayna Baszler. And over the last few months on SmackDown, we have really seen Stark start to break out once again into a singles role. Shayna Baszler took this young woman under her wing just about a year ago here on SmackDown, and we have seen improvement after improvement from Zoe Stark. She's only gotten better. Competed in War Games last year, winning the Women's Tag Team Championships, as we mentioned. Just a few months ago, was inside the Elimination Chamber matchup in Toronto. Now Zoe Stark back in action tonight against the returning Naomi. This is a great opportunity for both of these women to try to climb the ranks here on SmackDown. There you see Zoe Stark, hot out of the gate, ever enthusiastic, looking to stake her claim here in the blue brand. Zoe Stark realizes there is a spotlight on this matchup tonight. The first time Naomi competes inside a WWE ring in nearly 2 years. Zoe Stark looking to knock Naomi's lights out tonight, turn the glow off, and put herself at the front of the line for future championship opportunities here on SmackDown. Saw Naomi stare down the Women's United States Champion 2 weeks ago. What about the Women's Champion Io Sky here on SmackDown? Picked up a big victory over Chelsea Green last Thursday night, only to be ambushed by one of SmackDown's newest draftees in Liv Morgan. It's a whole nother situation there, but here you got Naomi starting to get the gear in motion here. She takes Zoe Stark out momentarily. Naomi ever explosive inside of that ring. Never afraid to leave the soles of her boots. Definitely an exciting arsenal that she brings in between the ropes, as we are seeing. Fast pace as anybody. Naomi bringing the party to the ATL tonight. Great city that hosts Thursday Night SmackDown. She's got to keep her eye on Zoe Stark. Cannot allow this capacity audience, although loud and proud, cannot be distracted by their love for Naomi. Naomi can't be distracted vice versa. She's got to keep her eyes locked on the sniper is the ever-hungry Zoe Stark. So far, so good. Both of these women now jockeying for position, at least for a moment. There's Zoe Stark into the inside cradle. Maybe she's got Naomi rocked. Not just yet. Talking about Zoe Stark, former tag team champion. She defeated her tag team partner in Shayna Baszler back in the month of January here on SmackDown to initially qualify for the Elimination Chamber matchup that she competed in back in February. Zoe Stark now trying to find her new path here on SmackDown. Whether that could be alongside Shayna Baszler going out to the tag team titles again, or maybe with the new opportunity of the Women's United States Championship. Another path that Zoe Stark and everybody here on SmackDown could be interested in traveling. Meanwhile, Naomi did not come back to the WWE to fall short in her first night back. They're going to take Zoe Stark off her feet, but again, this is where Naomi's got to capitalize here. Cannot be hesitant. Again, Zoe Stark, who has made a name for herself for the last 12 months and change here on Thursday nights. Planning Zoe off the canvas that time. Naomi now. Couple of elbows to the back. Naomi, former TNA Knockouts champion, as we mentioned, former WWE Women's Champion as well. Naomi's had some accolades throughout her career, but she didn't come back to WWE to just play a role. She came to be the best. She came to hold the gold yet again. Look at the speed of Naomi. Zoe Stark didn't see that soccer-like kick coming. Trying to get her wits about her here as Naomi's up on the middle buckle, and Zoe Stark, quicker than a hiccup, at least that time. Naomi never saw it coming. Knocked down this size. Pun kick right to the side of the dome. Naomi in trouble. Stark could be looking for a little Z360 maybe. Oh, Naomi might have read the playbook. Trying to have cement feet in that moment to ensure that Zoe Stark cannot get her over. And now Naomi's starting to unload. That's the complete opposite of cement feet with those kicks. Yet a signature out of the arsenal of the woman who brings the glow to the ring herself. Zoe now brought into the corner, not by will but by force. Catch her if you can. Both of these women certainly got a rocket strapped to their back in this contest. Head scissors takedown. Zoe Stark starting to feel the fatigue of this ever-explosive, fast-paced contest. Now gets struck by Naomi. Into the pinfall we go. Naomi looking for victory. She's got it. A big win for Naomi upon her return. And here comes the Women's United States Champion, Kairi Sane. Well, it was 2 weeks ago that Naomi threw the line in the sand. But 1/3 of the Kabuki Warriors looking to up the ante. Kairi Sane found that treasure at WrestleMania, already has successfully defended it. But she knows exactly what Naomi wants, and that's a shot at the red, white, blue, and gold. Looking to paint it in the colors of the glow. Kairi Sane hoisting the title in the sky. Are we looking at a prelude to a future championship affair? Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on SmackDown. We were set to get into our United States Championship matchup, but main event Jey Uso is storming the ring, and it looks like he's got something to say. Oh man, Jey Uso fired up. He wants Finn Balor. He wants him now. Let's finish what we started last week. I think this crowd here, the ATL, wants it. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not Finn Balor. JD McDonough's back out here, ambushing Jey Uso with a steel chair from behind. We already saw earlier tonight the numbers of the Judgment Day working in their favor. This is exactly what brought the black and purple unit to the dance. And now their newest acquisition, the former Cruiserweight Champion, JD McDonough, ambushing Jey Uso. Jey wanted Finn. He's got McDonough in a beatdown instead. Jey Uso looking to handle business tonight, but unfortunately McDonough with a different plan. The Judgment Day better be careful, because Jey Uso ain't gonna stay down for long. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to move on. We also take you back to last week when the Women's World Champion Io Sky picked up a huge victory. First victory since her win at WrestleMania. This time over SmackDown's newest draftee in Chelsea Green. Unfortunately, it was a short-lived celebration as another one of SmackDown's newest draftees, Liv Morgan, hitting the ring, ambushing the Women's World Champion from behind, and certainly sending a message to the Genius of the Sky, cracking her over the dome with her very championship gold. Liv Morgan entangling the crosshairs of the Kabuki Warriors last week, and now she's got a date with 1/3 of that unit. Next Thursday night on SmackDown, Liv Morgan competes inside a blue brand ring, and she goes one-on-one with one of the most intimidating women in SmackDown history, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you it's a better time than any to become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member. Hit that join button down below and punch your ticket to Spring Stampede on Saturday night, April the 12th. Liv Morgan herself will be in the house. World Champion Ilya Dragunov, Solo Sikoa from Raw, and more. Spring Stampede on the 12th of April.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Well, let us get back to our originally scheduled program as the United States Championship is on the line. And already tonight, we have seen this young man, Atlanta's own Austin Theory, giving this crowd a piece of his mind and also telling LA Knight that no matter what tonight, he is going to leave as the United States Champion. We also saw earlier tonight Andrade trying to throw his name in the hat for a future United States Championship matchup. It seemed as if Austin Theory wasn't even batting an eye at a challenge by Alidolo. But Austin Theory set to take center stage here on SmackDown, and we got to give the devil his due. Austin Theory's got some credentials here in the WWE. He's young, he's brash, he's talented, he's egotistical, he's a lot of things. But he's also a former tag team champion. He's also a former WWE champion dating back to his very first year on the main roster. Austin Theory might have fell short to Randy Orton last month at WrestleMania, but he has already gotten himself back on the right track. Himself and Carmelo Hayes picking up a victory over Trick Williams and the United States Champion LA Knight last week here on SmackDown. Theory putting himself right at the front of the line for a United States Championship matchup against the Megastar. Can he get the job done in Hotlanta? Well, we heard earlier tonight, Atlanta's got no love for Austin Theory and vice versa. But no matter what town we're in, they're all singing the same song of the Megastar. One of the most popular superstars in this industry today, and he is your United States Champion. LA Knight not only falling short in that tag team matchup last week, but was also ambushed in the backstage area by a debuting Joe Coffey of Gallus. Knight's got to brush it off tonight because he's got business to handle. And with that championship around his waist, it brings a target on his back. Doesn't matter if it's Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Joe Coffey, or Austin Theory. LA Knight's here to fight. The United States Championship is on the line. This is going to be a good one. We're live in State Farm Arena. Let's send it down to Mike Rome for your official championship match introductions.
Introducing the challenger. From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory. And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, LA Knight.
The United States Championship firmly in the grasp of LA Knight, at least for the moment. He hands over the gold to referee Charles Robinson as Austin Theory gazes into what could be his future. Austin Theory, the hometown superstar, although I don't think he cares about what soil this matchup takes place on. All he wants is the hardware. The red, white, blue, and gold is on the line. Austin Theory, the challenger. LA Knight, the champion. The bell has sounded. We are underway here on Thursday Night SmackDown. As we mentioned, rough week for LA Knight 7 nights ago here on the Blue brand. Not only an unsuccessful outing in the tag bout alongside Trick Williams against Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes, but we saw Gallus surfacing on SmackDown after being drafted to this very show last week. Mark Coffey and Wolfgang ambushing the WWE Tag Team Champions Fraxium inside of the ring. Moments later, cameras cut to the backstage area where Joe Coffey was ambushing LA Knight. Gallus certainly making themselves a force already here on SmackDown, but LA Knight cannot be focused about what happened last week at the moment. He's got to focus on the now, which is Austin Theory. Austin Theory, incredible agility off that drop kick. Like him or not, this kid is talented, and he is going to have a bright future for years to come here in the WWE. And again, Austin Theory into the cover, looking to win the championship here in the ATL. Not just yet. Whether this crowd's behind Theory or not, Theory is fighting on home soil, and regardless of what he had to say at the top of the hour, you got to feel that somewhere inside Austin Theory, he does feel at home here in State Farm Arena, and he does feel like he has the advantage over the champion LA Knight. Anything to boost the confidence of Theory, he will take that edge. Certainly after the tag team victory last week, Austin Theory's got to be mentally riding a high coming into this championship affair. And then LA Knight into the corner. LA Knight just trying to get his wits about him. Austin Theory not giving him any breathing room. Center stage of the ring. LA Knight looking up at the lights of State Farm Arena. The challenger hot on his tail. And now over the top rope goes the champion. Austin Theory all kinds of fired up here on SmackDown. This keeps up. Austin Theory is going to coast to winning the United States Championship here tonight. As we talked about this time last year, Austin Theory is one half of the WWE Tag Team Champs here on SmackDown. He's a former WWE Champion as well. Austin Theory now looking to add to that ever-growing resume, a resume that also features a King of the Ring tournament victory going back 2 summers ago. Austin Theory still young in his career, but has already accomplished so much. Could tonight be the night he adds another feather to that cap, winning the United States Championship? Taking the fight back inside the ring. LA Knight certainly looking worse for wear at the moment. It was just 2 weeks ago that LA Knight defended that championship right here on SmackDown against Trick Williams. Of course, that matchup ending in a little bit of chaos as Carmelo Hayes ambushed his rival in Trick Williams, causing the disqualification. LA Knight looking to retain his championship the hard way tonight. And that's getting the job done by himself, just like he did to win the gold at WrestleMania. Austin Theory dropped in the corner. LA Knight now letting him have it. Sense of urgency coming over the champion as he delivers one signature elbow drop right to the heart of the challenger. To be going for a blood force trauma, Theory had it scouted, and suddenly the rally by LA Knight goes up in smoke. Austin Theory doing his homework, and LA Knight now may be in trouble. The championship may be changing hands as LA Knight gets dropped right on the knee. Cover. But it's not over yet, says senior referee Charles Robinson. This matchup gonna progress. Off a blood force trauma reversal, Austin Theory thought he had this matchup in the bag. Although it's not over yet, Theory could be closing in on championship gold. Oh, hold on here. Oh, wait a minute, Andrade making his way down the aisle. Well, Andrade now getting into a war of words with Austin Theory. Well, he may have felt disrespected after their confrontation earlier tonight. LA Knight going after Theory when his back's turned. Austin Theory, as we said a moment ago, could have been about to close the gap on this contest and win the United States Championship. But he's making far too many enemies. Blood force trauma by the megastar. LA Knight retains the United States Championship.
Here is your winner, and still WWE United.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on here. Well, LA Knight trying to celebrate this championship retention. Meanwhile, Joe Coffey in the ring. For the second week in a row, this time between the ropes, the head of Gallus, Joe Coffey, ambushing LA Knight. WrestleMania has come and gone, but the aftershock is only beginning. The fallout from the biggest stage has sent shockwaves through the WWE, and now the first battleground of the new season awaits at Backlash. Live from the LDLC Arena in Lyon, France, championships will be defended, rivalries reignited, and scores settled in an unforgiving fashion. The future is now, and the future is coming to France. Who will rise? Who will fall? And who will seize their moment in the chaos? The road beyond WrestleMania kickstarts here at WWE Backlash! Well, Jey Uso fired up earlier tonight, and it all had to do with what happened last week. He tried to take care of Dirty Dominik Mysterio in a matchup against Finn Balor, and just as it seemed as Jey Uso had the Judgment Day neutralized, here comes the former Cruiserweight Champion, the Irish Ace, J.D. McDonough, arriving on the scene, seemingly joining the ranks of the Judgment Day, and most importantly, taking the eye off the ball of main event Jey Uso. Well, Finn Balor secured the victory last week, but as we saw earlier tonight, Jey Uso far from done with the black and purple unit. Next Thursday night here on SmackDown, J.D. McDonough is going to be in the ring with a former United States champion in Jey Uso. Finn Balor will be looming at ringside. What is going to happen next Thursday night here on SmackDown? And we want to take you back to last month in Philadelphia, the final SmackDown before WrestleMania. Then, World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre went one-on-one with the Cruiserweight Pete Dunne. It was a grueling contest between two heavy hitters here on SmackDown. In the end, Drew McIntyre picked up a victory 48 hours before the WrestleMania main event. McIntyre, next week, will be back here on SmackDown. And he'll be back inside the ring with a man who wants another round, the Cruiserweight Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne looking to climb the ranks of the blue brand. Drew McIntyre looking to find out what's next for him after losing the World Heavyweight Championship. McIntyre, Dunne, next Thursday night here on SmackDown. But it is main event time, live from State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
They have called SmackDown the house that AJ Styles built. And after a year away on Monday Night Raw, Styles drafted back home in the draft lottery 2 weeks ago. This time last year, he was the United States Champion. And over the last 12 months, he had a reign with the WWE Championship. Styles falling short in his last outing back at WrestleMania against Karrion Kross, but now he returns tonight in his home state of Georgia. He's back on SmackDown, and what a contest this promises to be. Well, last Thursday night, we heard from the World Heavyweight Champion Ilya Dragunov, and we also heard from this man, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes telling Ilya Dragunov that he's not asking for a shot. He's gonna earn his shot to once again become World Heavyweight Champion. And that road for Cody could start right here tonight in his home state of Georgia, one-on-one with a phenomenal one.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Both of these individuals set to compete in their first contest since WrestleMania weekend. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, who had a banner year in 2024, looking to find success yet again in the new season in the midst of 2025. Former World Heavyweight Champion, who fell short in the WrestleMania main event, albeit was not pinned in that decision. Ilya Dragunov retained his championship 2 weeks ago here on SmackDown against Drew McIntyre, but Cody letting him know last week that he's got a target the size of eagles on his back. A respectful shake of the hands between these two incredible athletes. Two Georgia natives set to lock horns right here in Atlanta. Both these men, I'm sure, are looking to earn themselves a future opportunity at the Mad Dragons Heavyweight Championship of the World, but in order to do so, it may be by going through each other. Cody Rhodes looking to set the precedent in this main event. No bad blood between these two superstars. It is all about the competition here tonight on SmackDown. As we mentioned, both competing in their first contest since WrestleMania weekend. Styles competing in his first matchup here on SmackDown since last April, after spending a year away on Monday Night Raw. Styles looking to be in phenomenal shape, all pun intended. AJ Styles at this point in his career, really nothing left to prove, but yet still hungry as ever. Looking to find success all over again on a show he is oh so anonymous with. I believe the word is synonymous with, we should say. Cody Rhodes rolled to the outside of the offense by the former WWE Champion himself in AJ Styles. Cody just getting dropped right on the apron. An exciting night of action here on SmackDown. Styles scaling the ropes and throwing his body. Caution in the wind just to take Cody off his feet at ringside. AJ Styles did not get to where he is in his career without taking a couple of risks. And there you go once again. First time in the ring since WrestleMania. Styles healed up 100%, ready to go, and ready to do anything he's got to do to get the victory over Cody Rhodes tonight. And Cody Rhodes looking to do anything he's got to do, even if it means digging deep down. And that old American dream bag of tricks. And what better city to do it in than Atlanta? Cody Rhodes, who was the World Heavyweight Champion last year, King of the Ring winner last year, voted by you, the fans, the Men's Superstar of the Year in 2024. Has yet to really find success throughout 2025 thus far. But they're dealing with an ever-looming issue with Drew McIntyre for months, of course, competing in the WrestleMania main event, only to fall short. Now Cody back in action tonight, and it's all about starting down a new path. A victory over AJ Styles certainly could help Cody Rhodes do so. Nice combination out of the corner. Big-time bulldog. By Cody, and now drops the knee. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles a year ago wasn't even an option, but now that AJ Styles back on SmackDown, we have the opportunity to see this very matchup. We saw that sign of respect right before the opening bell between these two superstars. Goes to show you how far they've come. So it was only a few years ago here on SmackDown, these two men were battling it out over the United States Championship. Styles, a man that ended the United States Championship reign of Cody going back to 2023. Both of these men coming far throughout their careers in just the last year. Their pass cross again. AJ Styles off a combination of strikes. Once again drops Cody with a neck breaker. Familiar foes, two Georgia natives, right here on Thursday Night SmackDown. Styles just letting Cody have it. Styles clearly putting on a couple of pounds of muscle ever since his appearance at WrestleMania. Goes to show you what we said a few minutes ago. Styles, even at this point in his career, hungrier than ever to find success. As if he needs to add to his Hall of Fame resume. It just goes to show you the competition is of the highest in the heart of not only AJ Styles, but Cody Rhodes as well. Big time suplex that time by the American Nightmare. AJ brought to his feet, not by will, but by force. Cody Rhodes now, what has he got in mind? Over a dazed, phenomenal one. Hoisted on top. Cody plants him on the canvas. Cody Rhodes looking sharp and showing resilience as well after surviving a flurry by AJ Styles. Cody sending AJ into the corner, who's looking worse for wear. He may have his bell rung after getting dropped off that top rope by Cody. Both of these men not looking to fall short right here in Atlanta tonight in their home state of Georgia, especially after their respective WrestleMania losses. Cody may not give Styles a choice after that reverse suplex. Only a 1 count that time, but certainly a maneuver that brought State Farm Arena to their feet. AJ Styles showing some toughness, able to kick out. There's Cody sending him in the opposite corner. Eat the buckles for Thursday night dinner. What has Cody now got in mind? AJ Styles able to muscle out of it. Off the top of the springboard. And both of these men so dangerous from every point inside of the ring. They know how to take it to the air. They know how to take it to the ground. AJ Styles with some power in those muscles. Burning hammer. Cody Rhodes may be out for good. Getting to his feet. He may be out on his feet. Sent to the ropes by Styles. Pop-up. Could be looking for a Styles clash here. Cody Rhodes able to have some cement. Block the maneuver. Kick to the gut. Here's Cody. Pedigreeing. Not over yet. AJ Styles able to survive. Looked as if Styles was going for that pop-up Styles clash. We've seen him use it to perfection in the past. But Cody Rhodes knows his opponent extremely well and not allowing the phenomenal one to put an exclamation point on this main event contest just yet. There's Styles off the reversal with the kick, going for the forearm again, and it lands flush. Not necessarily that phenomenal forearm, but enough to at least knock Cody down. And here's Styles going for an arm bar. May just be trying to neutralize and wear down Cody Rhodes. Styles normally does not elect for the submission holds here, but maybe getting a little bit desperate, realizing he is in there with one of SmackDown's most elite superstars. Cody able to create a little distance. Do some damage done off that submission hold, man! Styles nearly driven through the canvas, off the side effect, but again, several near falls throughout this matchup. AJ Styles crawling to try to catch his breath. Cody Rhodes closing the gap. These two men emptying their tanks here in State Farm Arena, and it's all just to move one step closer to success here on Thursday nights. Cody made a proclamation last week saying he was going to earn his way to another World Heavyweight Championship matchup. Well, that is certainly easier said than done when you were in there with a phenomenal AJ Styles, who soars over the top rope onto Cody himself. Styles fired up, kicking into a new gear here on SmackDown. And now what has Styles got in mind? Styles looking to throw caution in the wind again. AJ Styles moving like he's got something to prove tonight. He lost his WWE Championship back in December. He lost his rematch. He lost at WrestleMania. Now he's here on SmackDown trying to remind the world just who the hell he is. Off the frog splash, but Cody Rhodes not to be put down just yet. And Cody, the shove with the boots. Crossroads for the American Night. The hell? What the hell's going on? Oh, hold on a second. What the hell is the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross, doing out here? Kross, who defeated AJ Styles back on WrestleMania Sunday, and was also drafted over to SmackDown in the draft lottery a few weeks ago. We got a match going on, and it's got nothing to do with this man. Kross making his way down the aisle as if we don't have a main event clash between AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes commencing. Karrion Kross inside the ring, and it's going after both of these individuals. Referee Charles Robinson calling for the bell. Well, this matchup gonna go to a no contest as Karrion Kross arrives, raises hell, and now is out of here. Well, that is an unfortunate ending to a very competitive matchup, but a very loud message sent by one of SmackDown's newest acquisitions in the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross.